All right, as you may or may not be able to tell right now, the weather is awful. It's like this sleeting rain. It was 95 degrees a couple of days ago, and now it's not, we'll say. So it's a perfect time to talk about this Macro Puff Hoodie from Patagonia that I picked up for a shocking $50 as far as scores go. That is up there for me because this is a $400 jacket. There were a few tiny little holes that I was able to fix with about, a few bucks worth of tape. Let's talk about it for a little bit. So this is the Macro Puff. It's like the big brother to the Micro Puff. It's filled with Patagonia's PlumaFill insulation. It's a synthetic insulation, so this is going to be a good down alternative. The first thing I noticed about this jacket is how incredibly light it is, almost too light. And what I mean by that is when I got it, I was like, there's no way that this is going to keep me warm. But on the contrary, it is the closest thing to down as far as synthetic that I have worn for how lightweight and packable it is. It can pack into its own pocket. I really like that. As far as the fit goes, this is a slim fit, fairly slim fit. Still, this is a size medium. I'm 5'7". It's the arms, and the length's pretty good too. Easily allows you to layer underneath. And I could throw this, I've thrown this underneath my medium Patagonia Trio Lay, no problem. The cuffs, just got elastic cuffs here, no Velcro or anything like that. I like that. The simpler the better. I can pull them up really easily if I need to, shove them down. Works really well. There is a two-way zipper, which is great for belaying, because this jacket would be good for belaying. It's not a bad belay parka. I've compared it to the DAS, the previous version, and then the Hyper Puff hoodie. The Hyper Puff does not have a two-way zipper, so it's a little bit more difficult to belay somebody. Out of those three, I'd say this is the least warm, but it's also the most packable. So there's that. The hood is great. It has a cinch in the back, so you can really cinch it down. You can wear it over a helmet, climbing helmet, or you can wear it really cinch it down if you don't have a helmet. Zipper's pretty much all the way up too. We got this chest pocket here, generous chest pocket, goes all the way up to your shoulder. Just on the one side, no chest pocket on the right side, and then you got the two hand warmer pockets, which have the cinches inside for the waist, which I really like. So you can really make sure that this thing is cinched down tight and is not letting in any cold air. Obviously, I'm using the hand warmer pockets now just because of how cold it is outside. On the inside, we have a drop-in pocket right here that's large enough for an Nalgene or a pair of gloves, and you have another one here. So overall, it's a pretty full-featured jacket. You can access the cinches here as well. There's not much that I would change out of it, honestly. This is one that I have liked wearing. That being said, I really like my previous generation DAS, so a guy only really needs one synthetic belay parka. And unfortunately for this one, the DAS won out for me for a number of reasons. Mostly, I mean, it's just like a cool piece of gear. I like the color, I like the design a little bit better than I like this Macro Puff. But if you're looking for like a slim fit, incredibly packable, down alternative for, you're in wet, gross weather like this where down is going to fail on you once it gets wet, the Macro Puff is something that you should definitely check out. I would highly recommend it. If you have the option to compare it to something like the DAS or the Hyper Puff hoodie, I would, just because those three jackets are very similar, or the DAS Light, those jackets are very similar, and you might find something that you like better in one than the other. But if you're just online and you're wondering, will the Macro Puff hoodie keep you warm? Yes, it definitely will, and it has a ton of features that I think make it worth the price tag. The original price tag is $3.99, which is really steep. But if you can find one used with a few holes like I did for $50, it's really a no-brainer.